Go. Timmy, go.
What's good, boys? Welcome back to the podcast. I swear to God, this about to be lit. Episode 2. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my god.
This is fucking
All right.
horrendous.
Fucking.
Hello and welcome to the Smoking Podcast.
Smoking Murloc podcast.
Smoking Murloc Podcast. Smoking Podcast.
Yeah, it's just
Nah,
it's
we be
just a podcast
smoking-
about
We
smoking.
be smoking water.
You're smoking water. Today we have the wonderful Realoftne on the stream,
Let's go. Also known as Timmy.
also known as Timmy.
Which we're probably going to be referring to him during the rest of the podcast.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I stream. I work. I have my own apartment. And try to live a better life and stuff, and like do my streams for like my viewers.
Oh,
Like, have
whoops,
them-
shit.
Have them be like, happy with what they see. Not just looking at me and stuff, but like happy with what they see. Enjoy everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's about me.
What do you use to stream?
Anything, games, but anything. Like I don't mind what I'm streaming. For example, last stream was I think it was Dark Souls, and I was getting super angry. Which was very fun.
So
Dark
what class
Souls.
did you choose?
The bottom one, the worst one.
Oh, the
Deprived.
deprived.
Yeah, the deprived.
That's a ballsy
And
move.
then I regretted it like super bad, and then I made a knight. Since knights are the most versatile classes in
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
Speaking of Dark Souls, like, what do you think of like difficulty settings in video games, such as like I know Dark Souls doesn't really have any, but it's like known for its difficulty.
It has a difficulty, and the difficulty is set by default at fuck you. Can we swear?
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Okay, it's set by default at fuck you, which means it's gonna be hard from the beginning if you don't know about the game. If you don't know how to play it, it's gonna be hard from the beginning. But that's talking Diablo. Wow, Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is the game that has the least amount of difficulty. But as soon as you go further and further, like down the list to one Demon Souls, it's gonna get worse and worse, because then there are some specific stuff you cannot like negate, if you understand what I mean. Like you
Mhm.
cannot miss them. They're gonna be there no matter what. Like tough shit, you know.
I mean, that's also mostly to deal with the games being dated.
I mean, yeah, but
If you look at a lot of the old games, like most of the new features weren't in there, like walking and drinking Estus, directional rolling, and all that.
Mm.
And there's a lot of stuff that just made it harder just by
Yeah.
being an old game.
But the thing I like about Dark Souls also is like more forgiven. Like you kind of have to learn stuff rather than let's just say we put a game on the hardest difficulty, and they just have a bigger health bar because of it. Like that does not make it more fun. It just makes it more
Tedious.
tedious. Yeah.
Like on top of that, it also like it has actually a difficulty scaling. Like if you actually like notice it, when you start the game, the weapon you use, if you keep that weapon throughout the whole game, you will notice that you will deal less and less damage because they have more and more armor. So even though at the start you're gonna be like, yeah, I can do this easy shit, and you get to the boss, you die a couple of times, you finish the boss, or you finish it first try, you will notice later on in the game that that weapon you're using is not gonna have enough penetration to be able to kill your enemies. And then like it gets at like a different difficulty scaling. Like it's not only the game itself being difficult because you have to dodge, parry, block, hit, heavy hit, special hits, like all these different controls. Keep up with health, get more things for your health so you can like use it less and less, and shit like that. but you also then have to focus around armor, resistances, penetration, like what does more damage, upgrading. Like it gets like super tedious, but like it gets super fun if you're into shit that is super hard, but like and they're super hard and ragey, but like kind of grindy in a way. It can get super fun.
Hmm.
I mean, in my opinion, it's just a lot of dealing with the balancing, because there's plenty of weapons that are viable, but there's also plenty of weapons which are just basically not viable at all.
Oh yeah, such as bows.
Or whips.
Whips?
Whips in 3 are pretty fucking weak.
True. That's
I mean,
true.
the thing is, like, it's more about just like trying out different weapons and seeing what will work, and then upgrading the weapons that work for you, and playing with that.
That's true. But the thing about let's say Dark Souls 3, there's a lot of weapons that's specifically made to be good and specifically made to be bad. And such as the workers' weapons, such as a scythe,
I wish the
whatever.
scythes were better.
What?
I wish the scythes were better.
Yeah, but it just makes it more realistic that a scythe isn't a good weapon.
No, it's more fun when it's good.
I know.
I like
Imagine a
scythe.
scythe just one hitting everything. Just this scythe going, oops.
It's cutting off heads.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like it always has to be like a balancing issue, depending on how like strong a real version of that weapon would work. Because when you start bringing realism into games like Dark Souls, I just don't think like it's a good idea. You know, you can bring some amount of realism in there, but most of it should be like like you can wield like extremely big swords anyways. Like, there's a certain amount of unrealistic stuff in there already. You know.
But that's most of the swords are like references to anime, such as the God Sword from Berserk.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but Oh yeah. Go for it.
Oh no, just you.
But like I was thinking of like bringing in some realism into games. Yeah, you can bring some, but like it's to a certain extent, because when it gets too much, you can go and like have a complete different like view on it. Because if it gets too realistic, you're gonna be that like, well, now we can have guns and then this and that, and then there's laws. Like you make it super realistic with the real world, like the world we live in, and then it becomes basically RP, complete RP. Like it gets super weird, and then it's not a game. Then it's a simulator, a game simulator where you have to be this person and you have to do the like whatever stuff you want to do. That just removes all the game aspect for me in the game if it was too realistic.
Yeah. I feel it. There needs to be some role-playing elements into it, so you can feel like you're in another world.
I mean, it depends on what kind of game you're trying to play, right?
I mean,
like,
yeah, like
if you're talking about, I've played a lot of VR games and looked at a lot of VR games recently, and I mean, of course, you want to bring some realism in, but sometimes you also want to bring some fantasy stuff in. Like, if you look at some of the games, they go really realistic, at least to a point where it makes sense and where it isn't too like tedious. Like H3, hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. It's like a lot of the stuff in that game is pretty realistic with how you do stuff, except for like minor things, you know. And that's a game where I think it makes sense to make it really realistic.
That's also because it's what's it called? VR games, I believe, should be more realistic. In my opinion.
Thank you for the gifted sub tonight, but it's a good hit you got there.
You gotta move the alerts up above.
But I don't know why, but my camera is just above everything for some reason. I can't really change. That's the problem. I have no idea why, but it's just above everything.
Bro.
Hello, Nightbot.
Hello, Nightbot. Welcome. You're now subscribed. Oh, the worst part is I don't even use Nightbot anymore.
Yeah.
Oh
God.
Feels bad, man.
Wasn't there some other game we were talking about the difficulty scaling in Command when we were thinking about the subject? Can you remember what game that was?
I mean, you can take the game like Cyberpunk, for example. Like I don't know what we were talking about. Assassin's Creed, for example.
Oh, it was Assassin's Creed, exactly that was the thing we were talking about.
Like, of course, it's like you could just play it on the hardest difficulty, but for me, it's literally the same problem where I have with everything. They don't make it necessarily harder. It's just like they take less damage to do more damage. It's just, for my opinion, it just makes it tedious more than anything. Rather than I don't know. I mean, like, it's hard to really.
The thing with Assassin's Creed is that which is also another topic that we have, is that they made it more into an RPG instead of like actually an Assassin's Creed game, in my opinion. Like, I feel like the newer games would stand better on their own than they would stand in an Assassin's Creed franchise. Like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the games, I don't think, but unless we're talking about Origins, which I don't really like, but
You really hate that game.
I don't like it. But the thing is, I just feel like a lot of the RPG elements they added into it just kind of fucked with the whole flow of Assassin's Creed, you know? Like, the old games were very like, you did stuff like this, and then it kind of worked.
It was unique.
Yeah, it was like
it was
more of
it's
its
like
own game.
Yeah. Now it's just another role-playing game, just with Assassin's Creed things in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, the newest one, Valhalla. I played that a lot. Before I stopped it, like playing it on stream. It is not like Assassin's Creed, to be honest.
I honestly think it would have served it better if it was a For Honor game.
For Honor.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know, I feel like that makes more sense, like a For Honor spin-off rather than an Assassin's Creed spin-off. From what I've seen, it seems more like it's not really For Honor, but like a spin-off of that kind of thing.
It has like
it should be its own thing.
Maybe
it should be its own thing, because like the thing with it is that like it has, you know, some Assassin's Creed aspect, like the hidden blade, but it's not hidden. It's legit showing on the top of the arm, and the jump. Is there anything else? Not really. There's not much else. Like, then what's the fun in it? Yes, you can sneak around, but you can do that in basically every game. Yes, you can be like you can do certain stuff, but you can do that in basically every game. Like not only like Assassin's Creed, but like every other game in the world. So the fact that it, like, being a Assassin's Creed game doesn't really resonate with me, if you understand what I mean. Like, it doesn't make sense in my mind. It doesn't really like fit in, because it doesn't have the
I was just gonna say, it also seems like they kind of ditched the most of that Assassin's Creed Order stuff. Like, it seems like they kind of went in a completely different direction anyway. So I find it hard to see a reason why they should still call it Assassin's Creed, other than, okay, it will sell more if we call it Assassin's Creed and put a hidden blade on the guy.
That's the problem. That's basically it. Yeah. It's basically, let's put a little bit of Assassin's Creed elements into it and call it an Assassin's Creed game. Just ruins it for me. It's like, let's put a gun into this game and call it Rainbow Six.
Let's put a gun in this completely non-tactical shooter and call it Rainbow Six.
Exactly, like,
phony.
It's just.
It sounds like something they'll actually do as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There's like a new zombie game coming out. Well, not new. It used to be a game mode in Rainbow Six Siege. And now it's. I don't know when it's going to come out. No one knows. But it's just like. It's so weird because it doesn't feel like, if Rainbow Six Siege is basically a special team specifically to this counterterrorism. It's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that has basically been the point of all the games so far.
Yeah, and now they're out here fighting super zombies and
aliens.
Left 4 Dead stuff. Like, it's another thing where they just put names on like, it was a fucking cool game mode, don't get me wrong, it was super fucking cool.
I mean, that's actually a point where you can finally give like some points to like Call of Duty, right? Because even though they never change, they also don't fuck up their IPs that badly as Ubisoft has done. At least not in my opinion from the story's standpoint. But kill Table with that comment.
About that. Fuck Ubi. Like, it's not Ubisoft, it's Goobisoft, because that shit is
Gooby.
actual goo. It doesn't work. And like all the servers are just so ass. You can play a game, be it like let it be any game, and that game is gonna be fucking ass because the fucking connection is gonna be bad. Everything about it's gonna be bad. Just fucking ass. The games are good. The games are good. The people have put time into them, right? A lot of time. They look good graphically. They play good. Like it feels good to play and shit. But it just ruins it all because of the connection. Because the graphics get cut, like the graphics itself get cut, like it jumps because you can't turn because the connection is ass. And then the fucking feel of the game is gonna be super weird. You're gonna turn too much or turn too little because the connection is ass. Like just fucking ass. All of it ass. The same goes for fucking EA.
Oh, don't start with EA.
Haven't they done
EA.
a little bit better recently? I feel like I remember something about it.
No, bro, we're playing 20 tick servers on fucking Apex Legends. What the fuck is that? 20 tick.
Oh yeah.
CS:GO is 64 tick. We have 20 tick. And fucking in a competitive like what's it called, PUBG game, like what is it called,
Battle Royale?
Battle Royale,
Yeah.
that's called, like Battle Royale game, competitive, 20 tick, not working, doesn't work like that. Why is it working like why does it work like that? You can be if you say this is a ledge, I'm here, like I'm on this side of the ledge, I peek my head, right, to see if someone is there. Someone is far back, he can barely see my head. He starts shooting, misses the cup, like the first the shots on my screen. I duck down, and I just look at my health bar, just going like the fuck.
Yeah.
Like, how does it work like that? No, why does it work like that? Like, what is that? And then you have to remember, of course, the servers are 20 tick, so what they see is what happens, even though you're fucking hidden.
Oh, what's
What
that
they
called
see,
again? It's actually like a
client-sided something. I don't remember. It's client-sided something.
Yeah.
They had that with fucking CS:GO. Oh.
It's so stupid. It should be like server side instead.
Mm.
Like there should be like an equal amount of like if I shoot you and you go in behind something, you get the cover. Not like, oh, you get hit because I got hit you on my screen.
Yeah. Like you can go in and CS:GO play with a fucking ping of 3,000. Not possible. You can like at max think. I think at max you can play like 300. But like still, you play off with a fucking huge ass ping. You see somebody, you have the perfect aim because you've trained that shit in normal ping. You go into that server, you play in that game, you fucking spray that dude in the head with whatever the fuck weapon you're using, and the game is gonna be like, well, since on your screen you shot your whole magazine into his head, he should be dead. Like, come on.
That's just like a general multiplayer game thing. Like,
I mean, yeah, mostly, but
some games really just have that issue.
What is really common in EA games?
I mean, doesn't really surprise me, right? Company hasn't exactly had the best track record.
True. I saw a meme once that says EA is the worst American company, but that's only because Ubisoft was French.
True. I don't know. Is there any other like really bad big companies?
Really bad pickup.
I guess Bethesda at this point.
Bethesda is beginning to be lazy.
Yeah, they're really beginning to like fuck everything up and just like, especially with the whole like, oh, your credit card info got leaked in Fallout 76 if you bought that.
Wait, what?
It was like a scandal on the launch where like all the people who bought Fallout 76 through Bethesda's launcher literally got their credit card leaked and all that shit.
Oh shit! I thought it was all like fucking everything.
No, it was right in the beginning when they just came
Yeah.
out. I don't really remember what happened, but they
It's big.
somehow leaked a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of stuff with like, oh, you put in a support ticket, some other random guy got the support ticket now, you know?
Yeah, and
What the
basically,
fuck?
if you sometimes log into other people's accounts by mistake, and that also happened in the Fallout 76. So you could put like you could be level like 40 something like normally, and then you get into another dude's account that's level 7 and lose all progress. That's so funny.
That's so fucking messed up. That's
I mean,
so
they've
messed
pretty
up.
much fixed it now, but I
Most
don't
of
know.
it.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's kind of too late for me.
I mean, I agree. It's like they've kind of had that chance in a way, and I mean, I don't even think I want to play it. I tried playing it for a little while, and it was like fun for a little bit, but then you just start kind of realizing that
That's all.
that's all there is, basically, what you just had fun with in the beginning. It's just killing more people, upgrading more stuff, scrapping more stuff, just like this gameplay loop is not really the most interesting when the gunplay isn't that interesting either.
Basically, in my opinion, the whole game is basically everything I hated about 4. is Fallout 76.
Yeah.
All the boxes there, all the I didn't like the whole crafting town stuff. It wasn't for me.
Like,
And like you were supposed to craft
You're supposed to like make towns and like make people live in them, and
yeah.
by that you kind of got some materials and shit like that. Like it was kind of like, it wasn't really end game stuff, but it was like mid to end game stuff. You started doing that kind of stuff, and which is like supposed to be like a passive income of things that you could use.
okay.
And I didn't really like that because it was like, it's not my cup of tea. And crafting weapons is fun, but that's mostly because you get like they've ruined that for me in the Fallout games. And back in the days, you got like really cool weapons from crafting, like the shish kebab.
Yeah, you got like actually special weapons. I mean, I didn't use crafting much in New Vegas, but
you get like special weapons. Now it's just
now it's just everything. It's just crafting.
now you can craft a fucking pistol because you can do anything you want.
I kind of understand it, because like if you don't even haven't gotten it in the game, and like you wanna craft it, but like the accessibility of all the fucking the materials and whatnot, it makes it so like it's super like fucking easy to do it. It makes it boring. I only like it because it's like 76. I don't like 4. 4 is ass. I fucking hate it. I
mean,
only like 6. Yeah.
I will say they improved the gunplay and the graphics quite a bit, so that's one of the things I'm kind of happy with about it.
Well, that's the only thing they can do. They can't fix the bugs because they basically use the same engine, an engine that wasn't made for online.
No, but I meant from New Vegas and 3 to Fallout 4.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I liked about it.
The graphics and the gunplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that yeah, go ahead, Timmy.
No, go ahead.
I don't remember what I was gonna say, so.
Okay. But like the only reason why I like 76 is because I have the ability to play with my friends, like have fun with my friends instead of being single player. Like it makes it super fun. Like it makes it like you're able to play Fallout 4 with friends, so you can fucking laugh at each other, do stupid shit, like have fun in the game. Even though it's fucking terrible, it's fucking ass, and it should be shot and killed and fucking thrown in the trash bag. And shit like that. You have a good night as well, Redford.
But the thing is, wouldn't it just have been better if they just did Fallout 4 and you could just do all the normal stuff, but it's co-op?
That would be actually super fun to play that game for co-op, in my opinion.
It sounded better than 76, in my opinion.
Yeah.
No, honestly, if they want to make Fallout 4 good, please just fix everything. Just fucking fix
It's
everything.
not gonna happen. They're never gonna change
That's
anything.
The thing.
They might they might do a Skyrim and keep releasing it for different consoles. Maybe PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, whatever it's called. It's gonna get a new Fallout 4.
It wasn't as popular. Like I can't. It's basically GTA 5.
Yeah. Oh, Oh, do you remember that Sony conference that I streamed where it was like the first game on PlayStation 5, and it was like it was just fucking Grand Theft Auto 5. That's literally the first game they fucking advertised for a whole new console. Oh, you can play an old game still. Wow, thank you, Sony.
Like, it's so annoying. Like, you can tell they're milking the fuck out of it.
Yeah, it was a good game, but there's no reason to keep milking it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
Like,
I think that's why I prefer PC, because it's like, oh, I buy a game once and then it's bought, instead of it being like, oh, I buy a game once, now I have to buy it again and again and again.
It's like Rainbow Six. Like, they're actually Ubisoft is actually being good. Like, people love Rainbow Six, and it's probably going to come on PlayStation 5 as well. But they don't like, oh, you can now play Rainbow Six on PlayStation 5. Like, people already expect you to play on it so you can get 60 FPS. Finally.
Yeah.
Finally.
That only took forever to get that 60 FPS. Oh. It's the same, like, what I also love about PlayStation is they actually made some of the older games 60 FPS, which is pretty cool. Except Bloodborne, for some reason they didn't want to add 60 FPS to that, even though Dark Souls games are really hard to play with 30 FPS.
Wait, they didn't make Bloodborne 60 FPS?
No.
Why not?
Because you're fucking lazy.
I'm fucking. I hate them. I hate them.
I feel bad for console players. I don't know how they can play anything in 30 FPS.
Well, there's no reason to feel bad for them, because, I mean, some of them probably is worth to feel bad for, but half of them will just claim that their hardware is superior than yours anywhere, and PCs suck and all that shit.
I'll shove something up their ass.
My own ass.
But in my opinion, that's the people who like are best with the whole like talking about consoles and shit. It's like the people who both have a PC and a console, because they kind of understand like, oh, there's like big good things to both of them, you know.
Like or have had like they don't need to have both things, but like have had them, and have played both. So like they can come with a good and educated like not an assumption, but like a have some substance to what they're saying. For example, like I don't know about you boys, you probably also, but I had a PlayStation 4, PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. I had multiple 2s. I had an Xbox 360. I played on Xbox One, and I have a PC. I've played for like on PC for the rest of my life after I started playing like PC in general. And PlayStation is good because there are some features that you want to have, which is also like super bad because they are exploitable. And the same goes for like PC. Like there's some features in games that are good, like not only in games, but like just in general that are good. But some things are exploitable. For example, in PlayStation, you can exploit saves, and you can exploit like in-game data and like everything like that's about that. You can if you know how, you can hack into the PlayStation networks and do some stupid shit like in there. But the fact that it has like the variety of games that it has means that these games only can be played on controller, and some of these games do feel a lot better on controller. Like like for example, Dark Souls, you cannot play it on PC and be like, yeah, I like it with the keyboard. Doesn't work like that.
You're a psychopath if you do that.
Yeah, if you have a controller and you play it with a controller, right? You have so much more like joy with it and shit, instead of just whatever. And there's like some different aspects that are super fucking cool. Of course, it's bad that it has only 30 FPS, but it's survivable. You can survive 30 FPS. Like everybody else has 30 FPS. So why can't you survive? Then there's PC. Of course, you can have 1,000 and fucking FPS, right? Amazing. But having a PC means that you have to take a lot of precautions not to get a virus, not to get not to get a Trojan, not to get a rat or whatever.
Right.
A rat. You know what a rat is?
Yes.
I don't remember
Okay.
what a rat is, to be honest. I
You
can't
don't
keep track
remember?
of all the viruses. To be, I mean,
A rat is just basically a remote access terminal.
oh, it's just that.
Mm. It lets you access it lets you access other people's PCs,
Hmm.
cameras, the history of typing, their accounts, like basically everything. There's a lot of stuff that you can like keep track of.
Mm.
And Trojans, yes, Trojans are just viruses that go in and like cancel out some certain stuff or delete certain stuff, so you can't get past it. And there's the typical virus that just makes everything look stupid. 10,000
Like the
ads.
coronavirus.
Yes,
Shut
like
up.
just like the fucking 10,000 ads everywhere, like fucking on the whole screen. You can't do shit about it. You can just delete everything. Um, but like there's like so many like fucking viruses and shit that can like fuck you over so bad. On top of that, people like the online play is a lot more competitive and a lot more like difficult to be in the sense of um, it's much more skill based. Every game you cannot find a game that isn't skill based uh, and it not being skill based competitively.
Mm.
Um, it lacks a freedom. To be honest, for
Mm.
example, like have you guys played what is it called, the fucking auto chess, like League of Legends
Oh,
auto
yeah,
chess?
like
I played the
Dota
League of
auto chess.
Legends.
Yeah.
I played the League
Yeah,
of Legends auto chess.
that game is super RNG, right? Super RNG.
100%.
Mm-hmm. But it is also super like skill based because
Mm.
you have to have a certain amount of knowledge about the different things that combine and to be better. So it is still skill based, even though it's 100% fucking RNG. It's still skill based
Mm.
because you have to have a set of skills, an amount of knowledge to be able to play the game like
Yeah.
super good. And that's the thing that about it that is super like annoying. Um, and kind of ruins it for me.
I feel like
Just get
something like
better.
auto chess is way more like casual than anything. Like, really just something you played like in a weird way relax, because like it's not like fast paced. Like,
But you can also play competitively, and then you
you,
cannot really play it
I mean, if you're playing
relaxed.
competitively, like, I feel like something like auto chess is like, I never really see the point in playing something competitively where it's just basically RNG anyways.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of those like there used to be some Magic tournaments where it was basically like, oh, open some packs and see who gets the best shit, basically. Which is also like, well, I mean, it's fun enough to compare to compete in, because it's just like, oh, you buy some Magic packs and see who wins, basically.
Mm.
But like, if you're trying to be competitive about that kind of stuff, like you're gonna like have a bad time, basically, unless you're like
Gonna know the way.
unless you're like extremely lucky.
Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Big Lesai from Kumani.
Yes. It's been a while since I've been playing any auto battle chess. It's really fun, actually.
I don't like it. It's too much effort in finding out how you play it. Like what items are good and who you should put them on, and
I
what works well together and shit like that. It's
I
kind of
usually play
bothered.
it. I usually play it like a dumbass. Like just, oh, this does good with this one, and then there's this one.
I
Oh,
think
that's
I've won
good, and
like
like shit like that.
I've won like one match of auto chess, and that's the League of Legends one, the TFT.
Mm.
And I was really proud of myself because I've never won another time as well.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, I actually like it. It's basically you just pick characters that's like, oh, this sounds fun together, or wow, this guy's super hard. Let me play that guy.
I think it's fun until you reach the point where you just get fucking smacked down and get your cheeks spread and get brutally butt fucked by some guy,
Relax.
That's what happens, It's
It
like
does.
you're just kind of chilling, playing fun game, and then some guy just comes in and kills your whole team, and you just take a shit ton of damage, and you're like, the fuck?
It's like, oh, I'm doing really good.
Pretty good.
And then some guy has played this for 10,000 hours. Like, hey, you're not doing any good. What the fuck is this shit?
What the fuck is this shit? Let me show you how you play this game well.
Let my one guy fuck over your entire team.
Basically, and this is like true as fuck. Basically, how World of Warcraft works right now. Like until we get all the dungeons and all the raids and shit like that, and then there's someone that has everything, right? Everything in perfect, right?
Hmm.
They're gonna be like, you're gonna be like there with your friends, like, haha, look how good I am. This dude's gonna come in, beat your shit, fucking spread your cheeks, split you in half, smash you around a bit. I don't know what else would we want to do. Throw up at a ceiling, smash you against the wall, stuff you up with fucking stupid, like fucking disgusting branches and shit and leaves and fucking like whatever, right? And then he's gonna then sew you back together, have you stand, and be like, "This is what you need," because that's how games work nowadays.
Hmm. I remember back when everyone didn't know how to play games. Like, it sounds weird. It's super nostalgia, don't get me wrong. But I love back when no one knew how to play games. Like, it's start of a new game. I love that. No one knows how to play it.
Oh, no, it's not start of a new game, but like just start of a new genre. Because like usually, you know what, you if you play the same genre, you know how it works. But like just a start of a new genre and like a new game.
Yeah,
For
I
example,
love that.
PUBG when it came out,
Oh,
bro, that shit was good. It was fun. It was actual fun. No, I don't know.
now you can snipe from 10 meters away because someone knows exactly where to shoot you from.
Fucking
like-
shroud ass.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we have dudes that just fucking like cheat because it's an old game. They call it an old game, so they begin cheating, and they ruin it for everyone else.
I mean, I've never really been the biggest fan of Jesus Christ, come on! I've never really been the biggest fan of PUBG or most of those games because I don't know. I just feel like the skill curve is always way too big, and what loot you get and all that shit. It's just it's a bit too much time put into in a match where usually nothing really happens until like like a certain point where you meet like some person and you either like fucking die or you win, and most often not you will die because that's how the match works. You'll lose a lot of stuff unless you're really good at the game, of course. But I mean, that's the gameplay loop just is not satisfying to me.
I mean, yeah, that's why there's a game like there's so many games. There's actually a difference between the battle royales. For example, if you want a fast-paced video game battle royale, you play Apex Legends. If you want a like slow skill-based battle royale, then you play something like PUBG. And if you like building and do the funny Fortnite dances, then you play Fortnite.
You fucking stop you playing computers and PlayStation completely, and don't fucking mention that game because fuck that game.
You don't like the Fortnite with Master Chief?
I like to build house. My man, you didn't build a house, you built a fucking skyscraper within fucking milliseconds. What the fuck is this? Come on.
No one understood the appeal of Fortnite.
Fuck no.
It's like, what's the point of playing that game when all you do to win is just build a high tower and then shoot the guy from above? I just don't see the satisfying part of like actually like. I mean, I could understand if you were like playing it with a bit more slow-paced building, and it was like more of a just like quick game where it's like a deathmatch sort of game. I don't think it makes sense in a battle royale mode where it's like so random whether or not you can just suddenly build or you just get sniped from some God knows where,
Yeah.
Like now it makes sense that Fortnite has building, right? But like at the beginning, do you remember at the beginning of Fortnite how it was to play it?
I remember how it was to play Save the World and shit like that because I actually bought the game. I was dumb who did that.
Like fucking Fortnite at like the battle royale version, not Save the World, was super fucking good. It was like super good because it had the building aspect, but nobody knew how to build,
Mm.
Yeah.
and so they resorted to building kind of building and kind of not building, and shit like that, and it was super cool. Now nowadays you have tutorials how to make a what was it called make 90s, whatever the fuck that is. I know what it is, but it's just, I don't want to think about it. It's fucking stupid. Um, but like making 90s and becoming good at making that shit, it's
I
basically just how to make a fucking. We should not have any construction workers anymore, or fucking Bob the Builders, or architects. Architects. We need Fortnite players. They will build you a skyscraper within fucking seconds. Like, I bet, I bet, I bet. Like fucking.
the thing is, I think the problem with Fortnite wasn't the fact that the problem really doesn't lie with the fact that there's building in it. The problem lies with the fact that there is a meta in it in that way, and how the meta works. You know, like if the meta was just you build a wall and you hide behind it, I would have no problem with Fortnite. But the meta is, oh, you build a fucking skyscraper in 2 seconds, and then you shoot a guy from behind, from above, where he can't do shit because he can't see you or whatever.
Mm.
Like,
Basically a head glitch. I was like, come on, dude. Come on,
yeah.
dude. I don't want a place, dude.
Like I fucking love like the reason why Fortnite would be considered a good game is because you update like 24/7.
Hmm.
And I can fucking respect that. I just don't find it funny to build a skyscraper.
But the
That's
thing
not my
is,
kind of.
I don't think they update the game very often. I think they update the skins more than that.
No,
And
they
that's the-
actually.
Oh, no, they actually also update
Okay, they
the game.
do.
Yeah, they update
I
it
don't
really
think they
quite
update it
often.
as much as they do the skins, though. Because they have a fucking shit ton of skins, and that's what makes them money.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen the patch notes or anything, but you know, I don't know. It just also really sucks that they're just pulling in all these like pop culture things and just making them into skins. You know?
I mean, it's because there's fucking money in this.
Yeah, of course. But it just sucks to see someone like, oh, we have Master Chief in fucking Fortnite, but not in Smash yet. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's like is Minecraft Steve gonna be in Fortnite or whatever?
It wouldn't even surprise me if that happened.
It actually wouldn't surprise me either. I think the problem would just be his hitbox will be too big.
Yeah.
They even have like fucking small anime girls in it. Like, Jesus Christ. What is that game anymore?
Wait, which game?
Fortnite. That's like
Fortnite.
anime skins.
Oh,
And I think like canonically some of them are like 14 years old or some shit like that. It was just really weird in my opinion.
bro, listen. The game were made for 7-year-olds who jack their peenie
To Fortnite girls.
to the Fortnite females. Like, okay, I'm gonna look real quick and see who is on, like who's watching. Because if my brother's watching, I'm gonna be.
I don't think many people are watching right now. I think it's actually technically on YouTube.
So my brother Adrian, you remember Adrian?
Yeah.
He had pictures of Fortnite cheeks on his phone when he was younger. Shit was funny. Shit was super funny. And I also caught him like with princess. Fucking prince, like Disney princess cheeks and stuff like
Oh
that.
god.
Shit was so funny. And I confronted him. I was like, Adrian, what is this? And he goes, nothing. Don't look at it. I was like, do you want me to tell mom? I'm gonna tell mom actually. And I was like, no, don't tell mom. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have anything. And he just legit just deleted everything.
That's probably good life lessons for him to not download porn and keep it on his phone.
True. Fucking true.
I mean, it's better that you found it than your actually parents found it, I'm guessing.
My mama would ask him questions, like be like super interrogative. She was like, she thought that I watched what was it called, hentai, because of Sam.
Oh, because he kept sending.
He can't. He keeps like sending, and like showing different like fucking anime waifus on his phone and shit. So my mom was like, Timmy, is this something you get? And you have to be honest with me. I was like, Mom, what do you think of me? Do you think I'm a degenerate that likes anime? Yes, I am. But not that much. Come on.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Mom. It's not like I want to come inside anime girls.
Stop. That's so nasty.
It's a shit to stream. You're allowed to say this shit.
I'm allowed to say whatever. I mean, at some point, if I keep going like this and I get a little bit bigger, at some point I'm probably gonna get banned. I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
I can already feel it. I can feel it in my blood.
You can already feel the ban.
I can feel the ban, yeah.
Shit.
I'm here
Yes.
playing with the fucking candle. I'm such a fucking idiot.
That's a nice candle holder.
It's a coffee cup. It's
Yeah.
amaretto cream.
Oh god.
I also have cappuccino. I have
Well, someone likes coffee.
hazelnut latte and espresso. This one is busted.
Let's command
Um,
this cup. Espresso cup.
Yes.
The espresso cup.
He loves his
It's
espresso.
actually the size of an espresso.
Yeah, it's
one,
actually
yeah.
appropriately sized.
Like I have big ass hands. It's like it might be like a bit too big.
I
feel
mean,
like it's a bit too
espressos
big.
are usually really small.
I feel like it should be like this size here.
Yeah.
Like this
Just
should
for
be about this
espresso?
size. Yeah,
Yeah.
for espresso. Because like it's not even filled to the brim or anything. It's filled halfway. But having this much like makes it like this is halfway, and I feel like that's too much. And like
Just a
this
big
size cup.
espresso shot.
True.
Yeah.
And there's also a last one, but it's at the other desk, like my friend's PC desk.
Hmm.
And I show it. Oh yeah, he wants me to fucking stream. Like he thinks I'm annoying because I don't stream when he's awake. But the thing is, my streaming schedule is not when he's awake. Like in weekends, it might be whenever he's awake. But he got school.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
My schedules are.
You stream really late, Timmy.
Yeah, you do.
I stream too late.
I'm honestly
it's fun.
surprised that any other people came in here with how late you stream usually.
It's not late enough. Later on, as they're all gonna come back. They're gonna be like,
Yeah, we're gonna
"Alright."
stream until like 1 a.m. and they're gonna all be here.
Yeah, then we
Epic.
close it off as they come.
Thank you for joining, guys. But we're gonna stop now. You know.
We're gonna stop. Was the fuck? What's it called?
It's a good question. What is it called?
What is it called?
It's like a game show. What's it called?
What's that Pokemon?
No, not Pokemon.
Oh, damn.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's Timmy.
It's your drunk
It's-
Uncle Jimmy.
It's your mom. Ha,
Mom.
got him.
Got him.
That's definitely me when I get someone. I think maybe it's around time we should wrap it up.
Yeah, I
Wrap
think
what
it's
up?
time for.
We've also been going
The
for like 50 minutes, so
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
50 minutes.
Happy birthday
Yeah.
for everyone's birthday.
Wait, is that how long you keep up the stream for this?
I mean,
hour?
it depends. Like if I can already feel the conversation is dying down a bit. If the conversation is more active, usually like way more active, you know, like where we keep going, but
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
feel the conversation starting to dribble into the point where it's more like a voice chat call rather than a podcast, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I understand you.
also I have
Alright,
to
so
edit this.
Oh wait,
So
you
you-
also edit this?
Yeah.
Damn.
He's a soundsmith.
Ah,
He's
this shit
lit
hurt.
down. What are you doing?
All right, come on. Are you gonna take us out of the podcast?
Guys,
What?
wax is hot.
Alright.
Ah, fuck. Ah,
Timmy's dying. Just end the podcast
Ah.
while he's dying.
ah,
Alright, so
ah,
this has been the Smoking Murloc podcast, and
fuck.
thank you a lot for being on there. What the fuck are you doing to me?
It's wax.
I swear to God, why are you doing that?
Ah.
All right. Thank you for watching, gamers. We're gonna end it now.
Yeah.
See ya.
See you next week.
Yes.
Don't say see you next week. We're not gonna be here next week.
Next week on the Smoking Murloc podcast.
Podcast.
To be continued. We'll